typically I would want to fish that particular bait at this particular spot a lot further out than I put it. Could cast really far out that way, but I always hit a snag when I do that, casting over there. And that's where he's really churning the water. See him nosed in, just nosed in. If you look down there, you may see the same scenario. However, he's not at the second spot that I could go to, but this one is here at this spot that I stopped at, and I'm just going to hang out for a second because of that right there. If you study that cloud, you'll see that it is raining in that direction, and it appears to be headed in this direction. And you see this, right? How high that is. Yesterday was a rain day, rained all night, very significant. I want tacos, so that's what I'm doing. This is a fuel barge. That down there appears to not be a fuel barge. And this way, you'll see there's a barge actually tied off ahead of here. That is a scrap metal barge. They're pushing several barges full of scrap metal. I believe all these barges are waiting to get past the bridge and go through the lock, which is this way on the river, not too far, the Algiers lock. Really might just give up on this spot after a while because we could fish better water going down, but I am looking for an eater size cat right now, so I could get that here, but it might be easier down there. But I know by looking at this water level, almost pretty much to the top of this bulkhead here, I know to expect where I am thinking of going. I know to expect to be standing in water, or it's just going to be very significantly wet at this level. And that's pretty much the reason why I'm putting up with this BS. He's not going to be weighed back. They're not going to be here forever, but they may be here a long time, and I don't have the radio, so I can't ask. But if he walked a little closer, maybe I could, but I don't think we can hear each other right now very well. I just tied up this dropper loop, and look at this. We're getting a bite. I literally just tied it up, turned around, saw that. I was thinking that we weren't going to see much action on a big bait. We might not actually get anything from it. That is a 6/0 octopus. It's not the biggest bait, but being that it's close in, we got a slack line now, and we got ragweed, my arch nemesis, in the way. Being that it's close in and it's sizable, I was thinking that it might not get a lot of attention from bigger cats. Maybe gar though, because we're around that water temp. Except this rain last night and throughout the morning probably didn't make alligator gar happy. Probably just a small cat. That's why doing a dropper loop with a 1/0 and just a 2-ounce close in with nightcrawler, because I brought them, might be what actually produces the taco meat. That's if all this ragweed doesn't run me off first. It's been doing that and everything else in the air. But here we go. We'll start off with half a nightcrawler. Last night's rain, it started early yesterday evening and came out throughout the night, right? And it was a lot. Pretty much gave me a great situation for getting over sinuses. You know, that rain pushed all that pollen in the air down. There we go, that looks great. This is still getting attention after putting that bit of worm on there. Had another hit out of the corner to the side there. Gave me a slack line again, which I'm still bringing in. It may be a gar that picked this up. There we go, we got a tight line finally. Speaking of to the side, we'll fish this to the side. A little closer in than that cut bait. See if we can get a small bluer channel. Either will do. I'd like to see big fish coming out of the water. However, this afternoon, they don't have to be big, but it's always nice. This is wild Rudbeckia, black-eyed Susan, some people would call it, but it's not actually the black-eyed Susan that is in your mom's garden, but it is the wild version of it. Hello. Ooh. This might be taco size. Yes, indeed. That'll make good taco meat. Starting to rain. I'm not packing up quite yet. I don't think it's going to be too much. We might get wet though. It is something to look out for. There is a chance of severe weather. It's not big today, but there is that chance. And we might have severe weather off and on this week. It's been crazy lately. Oh. I thought the night crawler would produce more. Because we're in the afternoon, it's 5:45, something like that. This water in front of us is full of little cats eating, and it can be productive fishing just right up underneath barges like this sometimes, but not always great for big fish. That's a little flathead. That's a little too small for tacos. Can't believe it. I'm in a snag here. Shoot. I had to snap it. I'm gonna put this one to bed for a moment. Okay, I think we... Yes. That's just a little bit smaller than that first one. First one 12 inches. This one is not even 12 inches. So far that's 2 cats going back. We'll give it a little longer. I think the weather's gonna hold, but the wind is coming up. You can go home. It is just now 7 p.m. First, the barge lined up down there started revving the engine and black smoke, right? They're still pushing black smoke out down there. Now this one in front of us has turned on its main engine. Well, you know, there's more noise now. Stuff's happening. Something is about to happen anyway. Yeah, he's backing out. I might back out. I don't know. Because I don't have the radio, I can't really tell you for sure what is happening. You got to remember that this barge, this fuel barge, and the one further down from us that has more barges, the way they're nosed in, their ass in, way out in the canal, right? Blocking. So they could be just making room, getting out of the way as it is, right? For something coming our way, or they're about to leave us and go. Well, maybe they are. Maybe everybody's leaving, because the one that was tied off is not tied off now and underway. So maybe everybody's about to be underway, which means, whereas the bite wasn't very good for the past 30 minutes. Huh, I did just get a bite. What do I have? It's not fighting a lot. Yes. I just literally threw it back out there. Didn't really have a chance to put the rod down, and got a fish on. Yeah, look at that. Some taco meat for you right there. Not bad. Just right there at 12 inches, maybe a pound. Whoa, could this be a little better? Everything's been fairly small. Sometimes that's what you should expect with nightcrawler. Nightcrawler can have surprises, you know, big fish eat them too. And it is just a different species is what that is. Look at that. First channel cat. Well, I've hit all my bases. I've got my blues, I've got a flathead, and now a channel cat. And I've got a sun setting, sort of. It's not sunset quite yet, but that's not too far away, but it has disappeared behind that pumping station over there. And now, in fact, you can see that it has disappeared behind that building. I think when I was telling you it had disappeared behind the building, you were looking right there. All right, amigos, 2 will do. Now let's go. Let's get. Come on. Here's the 4 fillets, and now a bunch of stuff is going to appear. Yeah, you're right. There you go. A bunch of stuff. You gonna give me my lines, Tulsa? You gonna give me my lines? So I got 3 things I'm gonna deal with first, right? I got the yellow onion. I got half of a red bell pepper. I have a serrano chili, muy caliente. That's gonna be hot. I don't need this whole onion. Maybe we'll go with half. That is good right there. Turn the board just haphazardly, about like that. There we go. Turn the board back. Here's what you may or may not want to include. maybe you want something green but not hot, right? You don't want to burn things down right now or tomorrow when you sit down. So maybe you want to do red bell pepper, green bell pepper, because there are other hot things coming into this. But for me, sometimes I'd rather use something like this than a jalapeno, but you could. And I'm going to do something that a lot of people don't. I am going to leave the seeds in the mix here, because if I get rid of the seeds, I get rid of a lot of the heat. Kind of the same thing I did with the red bell pepper, but more slices coming this way, right? What's next? What is next? Okay, so this is to the side for the moment, and over here I have purple cabbage. Really, really love purple cabbage. What am I doing with the purple cabbage? I am making a coleslaw. That's what I'm doing. This is a little recipe that I came up with all on my own the other day, and I loved it so much. I am making more than I need for what I'm doing tonight, and I'll have it for tomorrow. You can shred this maybe in a food processor, or shred it even thinner than I am with the knife, but this is fine for me. But that's not enough for me. Maybe this is enough. So now I'm going to turn it, and I'm cutting this up fairly fine, smaller pieces, right? Because this is going to be a condiment for the tacos. I'm almost there. Did you want to do a taste test? Coonhound approved? Oh, maybe not. She spit it out. Oh, but second time, sometimes you got to give it to her twice. She ate it that time. Wants to lick my fingers now. This dog will eat any vegetables. I don't give her chili peppers because that would be just cruel. That's enough with the freebies, Tulsa. All right, so we're gonna get this in the bowl. This is a really super simple coleslaw recipe. I kind of just made it up. We need 3 ingredients. We got the main one right here. Purple cabbage, or red cabbage is what I would prefer, but you can use regular cabbage. Right here are the 2 other ingredients. Don't knock it before you try it. I know some people are like, mango nectar. Yeah, mango nectar. Not as disgusting as you may think. Only thing missing from this recipe, measurements. You might want to figure that one out on your own, but, well, you're going to see some rough ones. So when I first made this, I made half as less. So I got twice as much, right? So the first time I put 1 of those in there. Kind of 2. With a lot of things, you can kind of just play catch up. That's what we're going to do, but we're not adding ketchup. I'm going to shake the mango nectar. Goya is my favorite. You know what I think would be a great substitute if this is just too dang disgusting for you? Apricot nectar. I've had some really good apricot salsa before. I'm just going to add a bit. Not too much to start. I'm going to mix it. It's looking good already. Let's add just a hair more. Something like that. My taste tester is waiting patiently to the side here, giving us plenty of space. But I don't think we're gonna use your services, Tulsa, for this one. Let me taste this, guys. Yeah, we got it. Super simple. Remember, you only need cabbage, mayo, mango nectar, or apricot nectar. Don't need it to sit out while we're cooking though. We'll put this in the fridge for the moment. Get one of these, kind of warm it up here. We'll add a little bit of this olive oil, extra virgin, not much. Oh, that's a bit much. Oh, can't see it. Challah nola. Yellow corn tortillas. I like both flour and corn. I get the corn and the flour. The corn is cheaper. That's what we're working with right now. We're gonna get out 4 of them. Just kind of get them a little wet with the olive oil a little bit. And just leave them like that. One step further, cover it. The main show has to get hot. Now, for reasons unbeknownst to you so far, I do not want this really hot. However, I do want it hot. So, let me explain. There's the fish. Here's the seasoning. This is Caribbean jerk seasoning by Magic. We are going to use this in place of a traditional blackening seasoning, right? So this has a lot of the basic things that a blackening season should have. This may have more salt than a blackening season should have, but I don't think this is like that big of an issue with the salt in this one. However, what this has also that could be an issue is sugar. It's got molasses in it, right? I'm gonna kind of get some butter lathered onto these. Traditionally, when people blacken fish, they have their pan really hot, right? What we're gonna go for here, if you have ever blackened speckled trout, we're gonna go for that. We're gonna do the bronzing method, which is just a little less heat than traditional. We're going to do 2 different things here. We're going to add some of this Italian seasoning along with that. So sugar burns really easy. We don't want it to burn super easy. This particular mix has paprika, onion, and garlic in it, right? Those 3 things are important those are basic things that should be in a blackening mix. Now, this will give us the other things. This will help us out a lot. This has the oregano that this does not have, but this has chili pepper and cayenne. So it's going to be a decent blackening. As you see, I did not absolutely dump that on there. Some people think I did, but I did not. Because I don't want it to be like over salty. That's one of my worries. I'm using this because I am very short on blackening powder, but I particularly like these flavors. And what we're going for with this dish tonight is kind of a Hispanic, Caribbean fusion thing, you know, Mexican, Caribbean. You ready for the smoke? So this is an electric range. I've got this burner on a 7, which is just a little over medium. Medium would be 5, and you have 6 and 7, so it's not as hot as it could be. You notice that I am turning soon too. That's a part of bronzing. You don't want to take too long to turn your sides. Plus we need to make some room here. Oh, we've got issues. We got a fillet being non-compliant. There we go. And now we're going to dump this in. Whoa. Mercy, that has got some strong smells coming off it. About knocked me out when it first hit me. So we want to keep watching here. We're going to do another flip. Oh, we're coming apart. We're falling apart, people. So that means we're in a good place. Falling apart is fine. It just means everything is cooking. Nice. This is looking good. Trying not to mix the vegetables with the fish just because we don't want the fish to go into small pieces quite yet. We got a red bone doing things she shouldn't. She just knocked my cow down. Come on, somebody needs to give me room. Come on, get out of the kitchen. There you go, thank you. Now I'm going to cover this, take it off the heat, and just let it simmer down a bit. Let it actually simmer. I'm a little scared. Woo. Woo, the aroma coming off that seasoning as I was blackening the fish was so strong. The smell, you know, was so strong that it opened up my sinuses. I've been having really bad congestion from all the pollen and everything in the air lately, like really bad. And I've if the smell of it can open my sinuses like that super fast, I'm teary-eyed, my nose is dripping. What is the flavor? I mean, the heat. So this could be really hot, really spicy, and that's the idea behind this. This should control any of that and like come together as this beautiful thing, very magical. Coleslaw over, you know, as a condiment with tacos is not like an unheard of thing. So hopefully we're going to be in good shape. We're not going to be hurting too bad. Oh no. Time to build. Oh, there we go. A little bit of fish, some vegetables. The good thing about the green being a chili is you can kind of control how much. So it gets confusing when the green is the bell and the green is the chili. Yeah, you get it. A little cheese. Let's see how it tastes. Wow. The cabbage makes it chewy. I think it's, excuse me, I think the cabbage is saving me because there's some heat there. Let me tell you. Whoa. Getting my sinuses opened up tonight for sure. And that's a good thing. Woo. Sometimes when I cook like this, I worry that I'm overdoing it. Not always, but sometimes I do. And I'm just like, oh, can I do it? Because where I grew up when I was a kid, they expected you to eat whole jalapenos with your meal. And that was always a bit much. I mean, raw jalapeno right there like it's a pickle. So, yeah. Sometimes I'd be like, how many jalapenos did you put in that spaghetti? 8 was okay. 12, I'm like, I'm not eating your spaghetti tonight. Whew. I am looking forward to sitting down and eating all 4 of these tacos. I think by the time I'm done, I'm going to be on another planet. Yeah, you're right. Woo! So I better end the video now, because I don't know if I'll be able to end it at that point. So yeah, you're right. Gotta try it. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, being a member of the channel, and I will see you next time. If I live through this.